faces are the same, cause the man might be changing, but the people still remain.
London is red. Manchester is red. CrossAndNod podcast episode 5. We're back. North London is red. Manchester is red. Never. They said the city is theirs. Rashford proved them wrong. You know what I'm saying? Manchester derby, Manchester 2-1. I don't think they're sure. 20 times champion, Man United were back. Some people can't sing this, 20 times. Yes. Playing football the Bobsy way. 20 times Man United. North London is red. Manchester is red. CrossAndNod podcast episode 5. Football lovers, we are back. Some people will be silent this episode because the El Classico went very bad for Real Madrid. We all know how the Manchester derby went. I don't want to hear it was offside. I don't want to hear it was interfering with play. We won. Alright, we won. So yes, let me get my boys in. I know one is happier than the other, a lot more happier than the other. So I want to hear from the victor first. Dave, come on now. North London is red. Gunners are
smashed
back on top.
Brentford,
okay.
They've not played anybody yet. We smashed Chelsea. They've not played anybody yet. We smashed Tottenham twice. Home and away. They've not played anybody yet.
Nobody said that one.
Right?
Go off.
Bro, not only North London is red. The whole of London
is red.
Red. West Ham,
you are the best team in London.
Brentford, smashed. Crystal Palace, smashed. Chelsea, smashed. Tottenham, demolished. Come on, man.
Come on, man. That is impressive. You beat every London team.
That's how we roll.
Team. I just clicked what you were doing there. Yeah, you beat every London team. You're top of the league. That is impressive.
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing season. I can't even lie.
It has. Congrats to you on your derby victory. I won my derby as well. Back-to-back L's for OG. Lost the El Classico. Lost the trophy. Pathetic display. Gavi ran them around the field. Pavi and Midri ran them around the field.
Oh my guy.
Aki and Popo in Barca's midfield.
Aki and Popo, dude.
What can I say? But God word, because man, my boys are not doing me well right now, guy. They're not doing me well right now. Funny thing is, I saw it coming. I just knew we were going to lose against Barcelona, but I didn't expect it to be that bad. That bad. It was too.
As bad as Tottenham.
Yeah, we were so bad. And it's been happening before the World Cup, 2-3 weeks before the World Cup, we've been jamming, or these 1-0, 2-1 wins where you didn't really play well, but you're getting the point.
Some people argue that's normally safe, but
yeah, that's okay. That's fair. Knockout games where it's just 1-off and you're on to the next round.
To be honest, the best teams win when they're not playing well. So me, I don't actually follow that line of thoughts that they used to criticize.
Yeah. But right now we're shite. We're fucking shite. We need to wake up.
After these back-to-back L's, it doesn't even feel right calling you OG. You guys they are not doing you well.
Bro, it's just G. Remove the O. There's nothing O about it.
Small letter G, sir.
The funny thing, Ancelotti is still impressed us, saying he's satisfied with the team. We don't need good signings. I can see the signings we need, fam. We need a striker. We need a right back. We need a left back. What are you doing, guy? Like, it's crazy, bro.
You're champions of Europe still, so
Yeah, no. I like no rulers out. If you still carry Champions League as the play rubbish, no what? Okay, shit. But don't worry now. We go see how it's gonna be. Happy for you guys, though. Rashford goal was offside. I mean, Bruno's goal was offside, but still, happy for you. You can claim that.
It was a goal.
Caesar, by the way, thank you very much. I forgot to thank you in my intro.
Don't worry, thank me for just know Sunday
for beating City. Okay.
Your own is coming soon. Then okay.
Come to the Emirates.
No.
Come. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh my God. My thought that Manchester game, I was confident we'll win. To be honest, I've been saying it that we'll beat City. I think I even said it on the pod that we'll beat City. I'm not sure if I said it on the pod, but I said we would win. But then going into the game, like a few days before the game, I started getting a bit nervous because I'm a huge football lover, so I take in a lot of football content in terms of like the media, talk sport and all this or that. So I like to listen to fans, know what they are feeling before the game, read some articles on like Manchester news and all of that to know, what the whole football world is saying about, the game. And a lot of people started, saying, oh, United could do it. And I was getting nervous by people saying that. I was very, very calm with being the underdog because obviously City are favorites. They're the best team in the land for like the past how many years. They've won like 4 leagues in 5 years. Like, bro, they play amazing football. They smashed us 6-3 in that first leg. That first leg was, they killed us. Like, they battered us. The scoreline even flattered us, the 6-3, to be honest. So, I knew that they were favorites, but people now making it seem like it was an even fight. I didn't really like that. And they are losing to Southampton even made me more worried in terms of they will bounce back. But overall, I was confident. But then once I saw the lineup, I think I regained my confidence again in terms of my nerves went down a bit. Seeing Fred in the lineup, I was happy to see that because I was worried of a Casemiro. Yes, I was worried of a Casemiro, Eriksen, Bruno. I watch my team now, so I pay more eye details and I know City. I only have watched City so much over the past years, and I know that we don't have the legs in the midfield. If they start passing around with Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno. You feel me?
Yeah, true. Fred runs a lot.
Luckily for us, Ten Hag already had that in the back of his mind. So he put Fred in the midfield and moved Bruno wide. Bruno did an amazing job in that game, playing as a winger. I won't lie to you. He did a fantastic job. Switched positions a lot. Shaw, fantastic at left back, centre back. And Fred marshaled De Bruyne. 17 versus 17, man. He marshaled De Bruyne.
Oh, but De Bruyne still got his customary assist now.
Yeah, he did it inevitable. It's KDB, Sean.
I have to say though that including Fred in the lineup, he made United so much harder to break down.
Yes,
I could literally see that happening in the game.
He did.
City they had a lot of possession, passing back and forth, side to side, but it was the entire play was in front of the United midfield. You know what I mean? Which, credit to Ten Hag, he saw that come and he had a plan for it.
Tactical
well done.
Class. I want to play something.
And thank you.
You know the goal. Obviously the controversial goal from the beautiful Casemiro pass. We'll get into Casemiro later on. So United posted this on their TikTok. That's what you guys see. United. So this is obviously is a video, so you can't see it obviously, but like. What they played is
talk about that.
You can't touch this. You can't touch this.
So that was funny as hell.
Okay, as far Rashford,
because Rashford was running, then the song is playing "Can't Touch It." That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So big ups to United admin on TikTok for that, man. That was that video killed me, yo. Well, that was a good
one. See the laughter of victory. See how it's getting laugh.
I know that it lifted my mood. I won't lie to you. That game really helped me, man. Like because I was already distraught before the game. Life was going on, so that game really helped. It helped.
I'm happy to hear that for you, man.
North London. Okay, you want to talk about the goal? Let's talk about the goal before we get into North.
Yeah, for real. Like, to be fair, if my team considered that kind of goal, I would be incensed, my guy. I'm not going to lie. Because Rashford didn't touch the ball, for sure. He didn't touch it. But, like, he ran toward the ball. And I feel like, because I saw an image, someone did a Photoshop image where, like, they removed Rashford. Like, if Rashford wasn't in the scene, the pass is never urgent, Bruno. Like, the defender would have caught up to that ball and, like, cleared it out, for sure. But Rashford's presence and him making a move toward the ball, like, I think Bruno played it right beside his leg. Like, for the goalkeeper himself, okay, who is playing the shot? You can't tell. Is it Rashford? Is it Bruno? I feel like these are questions that we need to ask. You know, such a goal should not be allowed to stand.
I agree.
Furthermore,
go on.
Furthermore, before you speak, Caesar. Furthermore, two perspectives. So I think OG just said it from was it Ake or Akonji? I don't know. One of them, the defender that was closer to Rashford.
Yeah, Akonji.
From Walker's perspective, Walker was the one chasing Bruno.
Yeah.
If if Rashford wasn't there and the pass was to Bruno, Walker would have made the run.
Yeah.
To cut off Bruno. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's even Walker's perspective. Then from the goalkeeper's perspective, if
like
Rashford wasn't in the scene, exactly. If you look, I saw a clip where they showed his line of vision where he's high. He was looking straight at Rashford. He wasn't even looking at Bruno. So it was understandable that he was completely distracted by Rashford making a move towards the ball. And by definition, I think that was interfering with play. But actually, if you stick to the letter of the law, right? Mm-hmm. I think the referees made the right decision. But that's where you have to. That now begs the question: what is the law needs to change?
Exactly, the law is wrong. But by the law, that goes.
What's the referees too much?
And also, you can also play devil's advocate and say this. You know, like if you've tried and played football in a professional way, like from the academy. They ring this thing in your ear in an annoying. You are taught as a toddler from like academy till you eventually become a professional player to always play to the whistle. So yeah, Rashford was interfering. You could say. I mean, by the book of the law, he wasn't, but so the naked eye can see he was clearly interfering. But still play, like run to the ball. Don't say Rashford is there and he's offside. Has the ref blown the whistle that he's offside? No, then get the ball, clear the ball. There's no crime in you clearing the ball. Like, you feel me? Like, why would you slow down because Rashford is there and he's offside?
You're not getting. That makes perfect sense, right? But Rashford interfering with play in that sense is that. So if you listen to Akonji's interview after the game, right? He mentioned that he looked down the line. He played. It was because he was the guy next to Rashford, right? He played Rashford offside. Do you understand? So when the play went on and
no, but he played Rashford offside. Go for the ball. He's offside. But still
he was behind Rashford already now, so there's no point. He could have caught Rashford.
There is a point.
So that's why I was saying it. That's why I mentioned that. Even ignore Akonji, look at it from Walker's point of view. So Walker was trying to race back to talk to Rashford. To be honest, if he knew that Bruno was in play.
I don't.
No, he couldn't have gotten to that ball, but he knew that it was Bruno that would take the shot. Yeah. No, you are not getting the point. If Walker knew that it was Bruno that would take the shot, he would have blocked off Bruno's run. He would have defended better against Bruno.
But that's on Walker.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's still on Walker.
But that's why, because Rashford was already in front. There's nothing in his mind.
No. Yeah, defender, play to the whistle. It's your fault.
No, this is not even the whistle. Like, they couldn't have caught up to the ball. Forget. So even if they played to the whistle,
if they couldn't have caught up to the ball, then what's the issue?
The issue is Rashford interfered with play. The fact that he was there made those defenders. The decisions they would have made if he wasn't there.
What you are saying is, if Rashford wasn't there, do you think they would have gotten to the ball?
No, but
exactly.
Bruno
So
would have
then
scored
they should shut up. Then they should shut up.
Because the goalkeeper, Bruno wouldn't have scored because that's what I just explained.
Say Bruno wouldn't have scored.
Walker would defend against Bruno better.
Why did Walker?
The goalkeeper would ready himself for a shot coming from Bruno, not Rashford.
Bro,
do you get what I mean?
BS, man. I get what you're saying, but to me that's BS.
If you watch, I watched that clip. Yes. I watched different analysis, and it's actually true. Especially the Walker bit.
That's
There was
on them.
the way
That's
Walker
on
was
Walker,
running.
bro.
He wasn't
That's on
even
Walker.
considering
This player you are defending.
Bruno as part of the equation
And that's
at
on
all. Do you
Walker.
get
I
all
understand what you're
all his
saying.
attention was on the offside Rashford,
Walker's fault.
and that's interfering, right? Like definition of the word, interfering with play. Like if he's influencing the decision of the defender, I think it's written somewhere there in the letter of the law. But
What was it?
Yeah,
The
like,
law is clearly
influencing the defender's decision, that's why I feel that goal should have been chopped off, man.
But anyways, it was a
But
goal.
yeah,
But regardless, we move. To be honest,
we
like, all
move.
this argument I'm doing is just I'm just thinking in terms of if
Yeah, I understand.
I was a man, if Man City was my team, I would have been so
You said that
pained.
my
Me too, I would have been livid. I would have been livid. Let me
But
be
to be at the end of the day, I'm happy with the result.
And let me now also be honest too. If he was also my defender, I would also be livid that Walker, if I was a City fan, did not do more. Regardless of whether Rashford was there or not, I would be pissed that why aren't you doing more? Lock down Bruno. What if Rashford eventually is not now offside and passed the ball to Bruno? Okay, what if what happened was what happened and Rashford wasn't offside? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, he left the ball for Bruno. What? Because Bruno at the end of the day was in a better position to score the ball than Rashford in terms of how he was coming and how he played it. You understand what I'm trying to say? So what if Bruno does say, Rashford leave it, and he left it and Bruno scored and Rashford was onside? Like, what's Walker's excuse? You feel me? As a fan, I'll be critical of Walker. But anyway,
How about the goalkeeper then?
all that is gone. In terms of what, like readying himself. That readying himself thing to me,
Yeah.
I will lie, is bullshit. Because let me explain. Let me explain.
No, that's not fair.
Let me explain. If Rashford chipped
That's
the ball,
not fair.
if Rashford chipped the ball, what would the goalkeeper do? What?
And that's what I'm saying. The goalkeeper was readying himself from a shot from Rashford.
And if Rashford chipped the ball, that ball is going in the net.
And that's why goals get scored now. So readying yourself doesn't mean you catch it, but
in
it
terms
gives
of
you a chance.
Walker, bro, I would be critical of Walker. I won't be critical of my goalkeeper because goalkeeper, the chances of him saving it are low. Walker has more. Walker is fast. Why is Bruno out running Walker? Why?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you don't understand what I'm saying. Like,
I do, but I don't.
from the
think you
keeper's
understand.
point of view, he was readying himself for a shot from Rashford, and the shot eventually came from Bruno.
Okay, now let
So
me now say.
readying yourself
let's say Rashford
for a
and
shot
Bruno-
from
calm
Rashford
down.
doesn't mean you even catch it. Like, it's just
Of
you're
course,
trying to
of
give
course.
yourself
But
a
you are
better
goalkeeper.
chance.
Okay, yes, but you're a goalkeeper.
But then the shot now comes from Bruno. Like, you have no chance. Ederson in that situation had no chance of saving that shot from Bruno unless Bruno kicked it at him. Because his attention wasn't even on Bruno, it was on Rashford.
But whose fault is that?
Do you get what I mean?
But whose fault is that? Why is your attention?
It's
only on
the
one player?
officiating now.
It's not the
Like,
officiating,
it's
bro.
nobody's fault. You can't blame anybody
Exactly,
at the
it's
end of the
nobody's
day.
fault. Then let's just leave it.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
We move. Can we speak
let's
of
leave it because
the tactical masterclass?
Let's go back to London.
God.
Let's go back to London.
I think Spurs were terrible. Spurs were obviously Arsenal is better than Spurs. You know Arsenal is better than Spurs.
Calm down. Can I speak about my team, please?
Terrible.
Thank you. I appreciate the.
You have the floor, man.
Yeah. Thank you very much. So leading up to the game, before the game, right? I was like a week to the game after we beat Oxford. I started thinking about the Tottenham game. I was nervous because Arsenal had never won at Spurs in like 9 years. And it's not even like we have never won there. We have never performed there. On paper, when you look at the teams that Arsenal takes to Spurs, for the past, I think, 4, 5, 6 years, they've been the better team. So on that account, I was nervous. But then as the days moved, as the days counted down towards the game, and I started thinking more about what we've been doing this season, the way Spurs has been playing this season. They start games slowly, they only come back, in their last 11 games or so, in 10 of them, they've conceded it first. They've always had to do comebacks in the second half. And I was thinking, they start games very, very fast, So I started thinking about it that, what we just need to do in this game is to score first. And then I started, I was more confident as the game drew closer. So my score prediction before the game was, of course, 2-1. That if Arsenal scores, Kane will get his customary penalty, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a second one, or we score 2 before they score 1 or something. And it almost turned out that way. In that first half, that was the best first half of football I've seen in a London derby. Like, I understand that Arsenal were better tactically and everything, but Tottenham were not even up to the fight. They didn't play like it was a derby. It almost seemed like a training session for Arsenal.
They were so poor.
Overload everywhere on that
everywhere, like
I
they didn't even leave their half.
I wasn't surprised.
It seemed like we were 12 and they were 11 or something. It was Arteta. You have to give credit to Arteta, like, for how he set up his team, the way
How
we outplayed.
Now he overloaded them in the midfield now with this Zinchenko coming in, he killed them.
Yeah.
They control the ball so well.
It got to a point where normally Zinchenko, when we play other teams, right, Zinchenko is always on the left hand side of the midfield so he can cover quickly. But at a point in that first half, I saw Zinchenko exchanging passes with White, his right back, and he was in midfield. Do you get what I mean? That was how much control we had in that game. Zinchenko was class, Odegaard was class, Partey, come on, man. The verticality in his play, it was just...
That first half,
the two goals we scored, he started them off. The two goals we scored, he started them off. And that's credit to how well he has been playing this season. Odegaard, amazing. I've always been encouraging Odegaard to shoot more because this guy has got the talent.
Did it for you.
He's got the ability.
Or Saka.
Yeah, of course. I can't speak to like more than I've been like. I don't even know.
I understand more highly on Saka than you already.
Yeah, he's been terrific all season. So I don't even want to overflog it. You know what I mean? Saka has always been.
Sometimes, City sometimes are guilty of this, where they are playing well in terms of tempo, because that's what you did in the beginning of the game. Your tempo in terms of the way you're passing the ball, the way you're moving the ball around,
the intensity,
the intensity of the play. But then Saka took it a level further. He's beating players. He's looking for a striker, because that's the next step of that tempo.
And it's quite decisive.
Yeah, and City sometimes are guilty of that. Like I heard a City fan complaining of, like, back to the Manchester derby, complaining of how City don't have the Sane, the Sterling that will just take on the wing, the fullback. They just pass. Oh, we can
another thing that we did really well was we played vertical. So the possession wasn't in vain. Like, we weren't keeping the ball in our half, and immediately the ball got to what's his name? Saliba and Gabriel. They laid it up very quickly to Partey or Zinchenko. Immediately we beat that first press, that half-hearted press that Tottenham tried to put on. You just see Partey, you kicks the ball straight into the midfield. Xhaka, Odegaard, Martinelli, what's the other guy? Saka and Nketiah. Nketiah's performance in that game, his hold-up play, that guy has improved so much. Right? His hold-up play, the way he got involved in the game, he made the defenders sweat. His all-round play was also very good. So it was a very impressive win. And after we went 2-0 up, I'm like, this is not the Arsenal of old. The Arsenal of old would have maybe crumbled. But Arsenal has a very solid defensive unit for the past 1.5, 2 seasons now.
That triangle of
those
Ramsdale,
guys are tanks at the back.
Oof.
Say again?
The triangle of Ramsdale and Saliba and Gabriel. Oof.
Yeah, those guys are tanks now at the back. They don't back down for anyone. In fact, I felt like Gabriel and Saliba, actually, both of them, they dominated Kane in that game.
They pocketed him, they did.
Of course, but Kane has he still had his chances, of course, because he's a world-class footballer.
Ramsdale said when we were called upon, bro, made some very good saves. Save, I'm surprised he made that save. It looked like a sure goal.
That was like towards the end of the game now.
Second half.
No, it was in the second half. Like,
doing that.
Middle of the second half.
I want to add to David's comments. Like, of course, like Arsenal played brilliantly. Like, but I'm just trying to find the downside to their game. And for me, I feel like in terms of managing the game, like Arsenal still need to improve. Like, I feel like that's probably the only downside to their game this season.
Wow. I won't lie, OG, I have to cut you off because, like, that's the best thing Arsenal have done this season, managing games. I swear.
Are you sure? Against Wolves, did they do it that they played 4-3 or something?
Who did we play for? We beat Wolves 2-0.
There was a team that he played 4-3 now recently.
Liverpool 3-2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been seeing it. To me, I feel like they gas out.
No, they don't. Bro, I won't lie to you.
No.
The way they control the game in terms of
okay,
like,
Brighton. And we played 4-2.
Against Brighton.
No,
Like,
Brighton is a good team now.
Brighton is not easy to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Madrid
saying
plays
now.
Brighton, they will sweat.
Guy, Madrid go lose right now, I beg.
So, bro, like, no, Arsenal's man.
I'm just talking about.
Impressive,
of course, if you want to be the best, you have to play good teams now. I need to be able to keep those moments of control, like when that team is. I don't allow them score those goals or something. Like you said now.
No,
if Ramsdale
the explanation,
make that save.
there's an explanation for the Brighton game. I think we had like a game 2 days later. It was during the festive period. So Arteta took off White, he took off Zinchenko, he took off Partey. Do you get what I mean? Elneny came in, Odin came in. Like a lot of like our second, I think Lokonga also came in that game. So towards the end of the game, after we were leading 3-1 or 4-1, he took off those guys. And then the momentum of the game just switched to Brighton. And that's when we lost control of that game. So that's the explanation for that Brighton game.
And also,
just piggybacking on what you said, across the season, right? The best thing Arsenal has done this season is, like I said, managing football games. I remember when the game that epitomizes that was against Liverpool. The moment we went 3-2 up against Liverpool, death by 1,000 passes. The way we kept the ball in that game was mesmerizing. They couldn't come near us. They couldn't come close to us, bro. So in this Tottenham game, first thing even out on that is a derby. So the way they came onto and they are at home, their fans do not accept them playing shit 90 minutes. They had to react. And it was logic, like it made sense that they came on to us. They had the fans behind them, and like we did well to not concede. And we even had a couple of chances at the other end.
Too late.
So props to Ramsdale. Like he's the only one I've not even given so much props. Big, massive props to him. He faced 7 shots. He made 7 saves. He has been for the past year, like the entirety of 2020, even since from the beginning of last season. That guy has really shown, like, that's why, like, at this point, I don't even question Arteta and Edu's transfer business anymore. Because when we signed Ramsdale, when we signed White, I was like, what are these people doing?
For real?
Do you know what I mean?
Didn't think White was a good player?
No, because of the price tag, you know what, like 50 million pounds. Of course, White is a good player, I knew that. But that 50 million pounds was like, shouldn't have like signed, which shouldn't have spent 50 million pounds elsewhere on the team as opposed to spending it on a defender. But those guys, they knew what they saw, and props to them, man. So yeah, it was an enjoyable game of football for me. But something I also want to highlight at the end, I don't get why
the fracas.
Yeah, why at this age and stage, 2022 or 2023 rather, fans can still come onto the pitch.
Yeah, we'll get into that. I want us to actually just have a little talk of the fan side of it. We'll get into that. We'll make reference to that, and also Everton. Some crazy things happened there as well for Everton.
Yeah.
But I just want G to speak to his own derby. And he wants to not even be long at all, like 1 minute.
No.
60 seconds on Madrid.
No long talk. The core of Madrid team right now is tired. That's just like what I can say. They are not rejuvenated, you know. Modric had the most minutes at Qatar World Cup. Had the most minutes for Madrid before he went. Now he's tired. Like I can literally see him. Yeah, Vini is being marked by 3 people every game, and he seems to be getting dragged into all those like discussions, rolling around on the floor, just like talking to the referee every game.
It's part of what I said about getting into a player's head. If you know that if you know he's a combustible character, you just do one.
He's so combustible right now. Like I need him to just play football. Like these guys are gonna do that, guy. Like for real.
Trying to get you off your game.
And it's just like I miss Ramos in this team. Like Benzema is an okay captain, yeah, but like I miss guys like that had that character to be able to put Vinny in his place. Like, I'm sure this will not be happening if Ramos was still like we had that leadership factor. But it's not even about leadership. That's why we are losing, anyways. The team is just tired and fagged out right now. We need a spark, you know. And I was hoping it would happen when we got back in the final. Just like the fan side, the optimist in me was hoping that, oh, okay, maybe the challenge for Barcelona will wake these guys up, but it didn't happen. And our next 4 fixtures are difficult. Villarreal, Real Sociedad, like, it's looking like more losses on the way if something doesn't change. I swear, it's not looking good, man. I swear.
Oh my god.
You know, so
that's from the losing side of the pod, though. The losing side of the pod from OG has given you guys his view on Madrid. Before your game, I hit up Edmond. Like, bro, now, as far Barca fan now, that Edmond is. I'm like, how is it Madrid?
Yeah.
How is your Classico going to go? He's like, let me even read the message. I want to quote him, what he said. Because I was like, damn, like that? Is it like that? Okay, he was like, I'm like, your Classico tonight, what are you saying now? He's like, Barca win, small challenge. I'm like, mad. I didn't even reply him. Because I'm like, let me just see what will happen. Man, when I saw the game, I'm like, pathetic display. So I just told him, I'm like, apparently you're right. He said, I told you, we beat them like children. The funniest part is they use children to beat you like children.
Really pisses me off. I swear, it pisses me off. I know go lie. If anytime we Barca will catch Madrid like this, bro, they could just beat us anyhow. Like, but anytime they did their bad form when they beat them, we know they beat them well. We just win some 2-0, some 2-1, just some dirty victory. Like, beat these niggas well, man. Like, for real, I swear. Like, guys, now your rivals with this, they bad form. Catch them.
That victory means a lot for Barca. So I think it's a really, really
it meant a lot. It's the first trophy of the Xavi era.
And they needed
now,
that. They needed that.
Remember the last pod, OG, when I mentioned that between 2007 and 2013 or something, when Barca were dominant, they were dominant. Like, they let you know that, yes, we own this competition. But in this period where you are the ones that are dominant, just like you alluded to, there's no you're not dominant. Like, you're giving them
it's
some...
not a fair distinction.
some,
I understand what you're saying, but
it's not fair.
That's
David,
the
you
best
also have to
Barca team
factor the fact...
ever.
Exactly. You also have to factor that even when we are dominant, we are getting to the end of our team. Like, Modric, Cruz, Benzema, Casemiro before he left, like, those guys were getting to the end of their career. So, as dominant as we can be, we can't really establish the kind of dominance Barca had that time with prime best team ever in the history of their club now. You know, if you just compare now, that kind of thing. So, now we think so with that. Excuses though.
Enough. I was about to say
Anyway,
enough of your bones, enough of your price. We don't want to
Thank you for Odegaard.
We don't want to
The best 30 million pound signing.
That's what we do. We give to the left's privilege. You know?
Thank you. We appreciate
it.
I say you give you Casemiro and Varane any payment. Anyway, next up, let's get into fans and fans' wild behavior. Fans' behavior now it's not just on the internet. You guys are taking this thing everywhere, even in the field of play. You know, outside the field of play. That Everton thing was crazy. Don't understand how they feel. You know, Everton is a big club, historic club, and like they feel like the players are not giving their best and all of that. But you know, you don't really go and start stopping players on their way home. You know, when their family is in the car, that's taking it too far. It's taking it too far. They confronted Anthony Gordon the other day. There was family in the car. You feel me? Yerry Mina had to get down. Like, credit to Yerry Mina anyway. He de-escalated.
I saw that conversation with Yerry Mina. I saw him talking to the fans.
He de-escalated. He tried. I won't like us. Better man than
As
me.
in guy.
Better man than me. I ain't gonna lie. I wouldn't have done that. My family in the car will be really like, I'll be pissed. I'm like, do you think I like the performance we just put out? Like, I'm also in distraught. You feel me? It doesn't give me pride to know that we lost as well. So like, don't now come like it's just a game. Relax. It's my own job. It's just a game for you at the end of the day. But fans take it too far, and I know Dave wants to get into the Ramsdale one too. You know, because that was really wild from the fan. And to be honest, I
But
saw
to be
that
fair-
fan coming. I saw him coming. Like I literally saw the guy coming. The stewards were
Ochi,
looking
don't
like
be fair.
fools.
Don't even try to
I should not be fair.
fair.
No.
Don't come close to being fair.
Ramsdale and
Ramsdale,
those fans all game
that
long,
is
bro.
football.
You also have to
See,
talk
don't-
about that.
No,
That
let's
is
wait.
football.
Not
That
to
is
the fans.
Calm down, guys. Wait. One house.
See, even apart from the fan, Richarlison's behavior needs to be checked.
No.
Calm.
Richardson needs to be checked.
Let Richarlison to me. What Richarlison did was normal. I don't like to use, because if you want to say calm, Dave. If you want to say what Ramsdale did in terms of milking it in front
Or
of the
winding
fans
the
is normal.
Exactly.
Then what Richarlison did in terms of pack the fuck up is normal too. But the line is, and to be honest, even from Ramsdale,
poking Ramsdale in the face is
it was
normal.
not in the face. Come on, stop that. It wasn't in the face. We saw the video. He was pushing him in the chest. But yeah, exactly.
He did touch him.
Bro,
Should have
he
touched him.
touched him.
He touched him. He was pointing fingers on him and pushing him back. Like, what was he doing? Why was he doing that? But to be honest, let's even also look at. I understand what OG is trying to say from the side of Ramsdale. He wasn't wise.
Can I
It
even
does not
speak?
excuse
Let
the
me
behavior of
even-
the fan, but it was not wise.
Let me speak into Ramsdale's behavior. So Ramsdale, across the country, this guy is winding fans up from Leicester to Wolves to Brentford to that team, Leeds. Like there was even an interview I watched where he mentioned that fans were throwing pound at Leeds. They were throwing him money. Like he got like 70 quid off fans just throwing him money
Money or
because
coins?
he was winding them up. So like, but at the end of the day, he even mentioned yesterday that the guys that were that were giving him some, and that he gave some back to, they were cool with it. Like they were smiling, like they were okay with it. But it's a real shame when at the end of the game, and see, very very good management by the steward that came onto the pitch. That was very, very wise of him. It was proactive behavior. Because if those stewards weren't there, I can't imagine what those fans would have done to Ramsdale at that point. Think about it. But the fact that there is the possibility that in 2023, fans can run onto the pitch and do that guy should be banned from all football stadiums for life.
For sure. I'm sure.
So I get it. It's part of football. Like what Ramsdale does, he gets involved. Like that's his personality. That's even at some games. That's what makes football enjoyable to fans that come to watch it at the games. Even we that were Arsenal fans, we love it.
For sure. It's part
Do you get what I mean? Like they give him some. He gives them some.
It wasn't
too.
wise.
When he makes
it
a
wasn't
save.
wise though. Let's call it what it is. It wasn't wise from him going.
What wasn't wise?
Away fans. This is the North London derby in front of the away fans.
No, it is.
Oh wait, I don't say it was wise.
The Arsenal
No
fans
argument. It's
celebrating
not wise
at the
now.
end.
That's the truth. It's not wise. And
What do you mean it's not wise? It's football.
okay, if
man.
it was
Like,
wise,
shouldn't be
okay,
more than
calm
football.
down. If it was wise, would they come and kick him in the head?
That's the thing. Regardless of whether it happened, whether he wound them
I'm
up
not justifying
or not,
what happened.
they lost.
What the fan did was crazy. That should not be allowed.
Exactly. Like no matter what he had done, it
no
wouldn't have
matter what he had
stopped
done,
the
it
guy
doesn't
from
at
coming
all.
to kick him.
At all.
That guy that's his behavior. It would. Do you get what I mean?
And unlike you, I'm not going to praise the stewards though, because honestly, from the TV when I was watching that, I could see that fan coming before he did it. The stewards were just there looking like fools until he kicked him and then he grabbed the fan. And I'm like, why did you even let it get to that? He shouldn't even try and cross the barrier of trying to enter the field. They could have held him back. They really could have. They were right there. And he jumped over them and kicked him in the head. That's when they now held him. That shouldn't have happened.
I'm speaking about the one that came to diffuse the situation between Richarlison and, to be fair, I feel like it came up because Ramsdale has been giving those fans some more game. Yeah. And so he came on to like just be there if anything was going to happen. So Ramsdale told him, because that guy told Ramsdale to be going to the tunnel. But Ramsdale told him that he wants to get his bottle. If you watch the clips very well, he said, no, I want to get my bottle. He pointed downward. So the steward was like, okay, go get your bottle. And in a split second, someone was kicking Ramsdale.
Let's be real too. Even that bottle thing is part of it. He was just trying to milk it in front of them. Which bottle?
Stop.
Don't do that. Don't do that. It's just a plastic bottle. Stop that. Could have left that bottle.
Bro, it's now prime bottle.
Ramsdale
prime. Ramsdale has plausibility, guy. Like for real. This winding fans up.
Wind them up live.
See, let me tell you what
players up.
OG is just paying.
No, I'm not paying.
Come
I'm
on.
not paying
If
no
you were a
Just be
Madrid
wise about
fan,
it.
in that say if you're a Spurs fan in that stadium, you can't tell me that you won't be pained. Like
You will.
it is normal, it's
You'll be
part of
pissed.
football. You are just allowing your pain to rationalize that kind of terrible behavior.
No, he's not
don't do
rationalizing
that.
it. The behavior is wrong. He's just
No,
speaking to
of
Ramsdale's
course. I'm
behavior.
just speaking to Ramsdale's this thing. You can learn from the guy, not all game. The game don't even end. You don't even like.
No, now
This
we
guy's
don't do
lost
anything.
now. Of course, they didn't do
So-
anything, but going to
so we
pick
should
up
not
the bottle
banter.
and stuff. Nah,
You want to
we
banter
should-
in front
we
of
can't
wait.
banter.
So you want to banter in front of the away fans?
In front of the away fans, like,
What's the point of bantering?
reaction?
Stop that, Dave. I can't believe you're saying this. You want to banter in front of Spurs fans as an Arsenal fan? You don't value your life. I don't feel like you. Life, that's on you.
Nah.
Life. Life. I heard Martin Keown say today on the radio, former Arsenal legend, I'm sure you know him, Martin Keown. He was speaking of one road just on the way to like Spurs Stadium and all of that. So his co-host was just saying, he was passing by and then Keown was like, wow, you're passing by there, he can't walk there. He was like, for real? He said, yes, as a former Arsenal player, he can't pass that road, you'll be mobbed. You feel me? So it's like that type of distance. So you don't go in front of away fans and do all of that. But the behavior is no excuse. That fan was wild for that. He kicked him in the head. I laughed at
Bro,
at the
like
same time, I'm like, this is so wrong.
prison time, man. Like, that's assault.
Yeah, I mean, that's not assault, but like, they should ban him. At the very least, he should be banned. At the very least, he should be banned. Fans take it too far sometimes, man. Like, come on now, don't do that. And the thing is, people that do these things, what annoys me is, at the end of the day, you are criticizing these people for not doing their job well. There's also a way to properly criticize someone for not doing their job well.
You're not being a good fan.
Even if your boss comes to you or a customer is telling you, you didn't serve me this thing, and then they're slapping you in the head, you wouldn't take that. You wouldn't take that, but you want to dish it out. Because that's the funny thing. These are the same people that will tell you about how, they are not being treated well in the workplace, but now you want to go and kick someone down in another workplace. And their defense is always, collecting 200 quid a month.
Exactly. I was about to say that.
They
always feel privileged because
they are
players
collecting
collect a lot of money.
Nah, let's not do that. Casemiro versus Partey.
Let's go. I've been waiting for this.
To be honest, this is
I'm just going to be the mediator here.
This is the main stage. So Dave, I want you to
this is why we are here.
Okay, I first of all want to ask the regulations of what. I want to
like
know
this.
The regulations, the
Let me be
rules,
the mediator
everything.
now.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to know
beg.
what the criteria is. Are we speaking to Casemiro as a football player in terms of his career versus Partey, or we're just saying form this season alone? I want to know, Dave.
We're not
Dave,
speaking in terms of their careers, we're speaking in terms of as football players.
Yes, but as football players, are we talking about in the last 5 years?
Midfielders, regardless of what they achieve.
Okay, so the time
span
span is just boom, whatever you can
throughout their careers.
Throughout their career, their time span as a football player. Obviously, I'm not talking about what they won. I'm talking about what they do on the field, which translates into what they've won.
Okay, so think of it like this. Think of it like this. If you have a Champions League final tomorrow, and the last
Casemiro, without blinking, without thinking.
So that's how you should think about it. And don't even think about it in terms of like their form this season. Think about it like as football players in general. You have a DMF position to fill. You've got Champions League final tomorrow.
Why won't I even pick Casemiro? Someone that's been there and done it. Partey has never played the Champions League final. Walks into the team. Someone that's not played the Champions League final.
Are you joking? Why are you doing like this now?
What am I joking? I'm not joking.
Which final
he has
did
not
he
played
play?
the final. He has not.
He has not played. He wasn't at Atletico that time.
He has not.
Are you getting in?
Yes, now.
How many finals has Atletico played? It's not just one final. They played you guys twice in the final.
It was true. He might have been at the.
But then he lost. More reason why I pick Casemiro. Casemiro won his finals.
No, that's exactly what he just said. Did you not hear me when he asked me about the regulation? Don't talk about what they achieved as a team.
I'm talking about as a player. He won. Won as a player, but he won as a player. You can't do that. I don't like that, bro. That's so wrong. You want to say, because this person achieved this with this team.
It's a very lazy way to argue.
How is he lazy, bro? How can you say
okay? Let's even calm down.
You're going to pick Partey over Casemiro.
I will.
They are both
Thomas
winners.
Partey
They both won in their careers before.
He played only 4 minutes. Are you guys listening?
Can you hear? 4 minutes. 4 minutes in the final. Casemiro played 90 minutes in different finals and won them. And you want me to discount that? That's a lazy argument. Do you know what? Let's talk stats. If you want to do that.
It's very
individual
lazy,
stats.
because the logic of what you just said is that Kingsley Coman is a better winger than probably Robin. Because
Casemiro
he has played in more finals.
Casemiro has put in man of the match performances in finals. He has put in man of the match performances in finals, in Champions League knockout stages. Stop doing this. Stop making Casemiro look like he's just one regular Joe.
So Partey
You're making him look like a steady Eddie.
performances in Champions League knockout stages.
And did he win it?
No, see, don't ask me about winning it.
Okay, all right.
Did he put in a performance or not?
Okay.
David, tell me what
name one iconic performance.
Don't let him do that. Don't let him do that.
Winning is not factor. It's not only dependent on Partey. It depends on the
entire team, for sure.
Casemiro being in those teams is not because he was the only one.
But what does Partey do better than him?
There was a goalkeeper.
What does Partey do?
There was a striker. There were other defenders.
I agree. What does Partey do better than Casemiro as a player? If you want to pick them individually, what does he do better than Casemiro that makes you say he's an all-round better player than him?
So
what does he do better than him?
Answer that
statistically, please don't tell me. Don't
the
give
only
me eye
thing,
test.
No, let me
speak stats.
Okay. The only thing that Casemiro does better.
Don't tell me what Casemiro does. Tell me everything Partey does better. Be counting it one by one. What Partey does better. With stats. Don't
remove tackling from Casemiro.
I don't think you are listening to me, bro. You are not listening to me.
He doesn't do anything better than Partey. Yeah, I got a question. I just didn't answer it the way you want.
No. I want you to answer me one by one.
No, you can't answer now.
These are the stats. He has done this more than him. He has done this more than him. He has more take-ons than him. You know, if you are talking about an attacking forward now, it will be take-ons, it will be dribbles, it will be chances created, you understand what I'm saying? So all these things, tell me the duels that Partey has won. List them for me. The chances he has created that is more than, tell me. Speak with stats.
Chances created is even, it's not a stat you should be using to judge defensive midfielders by. Especially in Arsenal's team, for example, Partey's job is not to create. His job is to.
I did not tell you that. Did I tell
drop
you?
Drop the ball to the forward player.
I was just giving examples.
So
I said if you are speaking of an attacking player, you will say take-ons, you will say this, you will say this. Like, calm down now. Tell me this.
So what is your point? What? How am I going to answer your question? I don't want to argue.
David, you're not dancing.
I'm the one that is calm.
You're pussy, bro. You're dancing. That's pussy, bro.
Dancing.
David, you're not yet making points. You keep saying
you're dancing.
You keep
the
saying
questions you're asking, I can also ask you the same questions. Why are you not answering the questions?
Forget about who is asking questions. Everybody will get their chance to ask questions. What I just want to know now, you are firm on your conviction that you will pick Partey ahead of Casemiro in the Champions League final. Okay, good. You've made your first point. Second point, I need to know why you would pick Partey over Casemiro. What edge does Partey have over Casemiro? Don't say, he's a better footballer. What does he do? What role would he play better compared to Casemiro?
Who has more tackles? Who has one more duels? Who has one more interceptions? Those are the things I want to hear. Stats. Tell me. Since you want to remove the other things that are not stats, so let's talk about the things that are stats then.
So let's hear it. What do you have for?
Who is a better tackler? Partey or Casemiro? Lie to me and tell me it's Partey.
Okay. I think the better way to approach this one where he talks about moderate, knows how to be moderate. The better way to approach it is, let's list off a couple of attributes that defensive midfielders are supposed to have, right? And then decide who is better at doing this than the other. Does that work?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you see the same
works
thing
fine.
now.
That's what I've been trying to get you to do since.
Yes. Where does that edge?
Tackles, interceptions.
So let's start. So ask the questions then.
Tackles, interceptions,
tackles. In terms of tackles, I would pick Casemiro over Partey.
Interceptions.
So when it comes to tackles, I feel like Casemiro does a better job tackling. Because that's literally.
But also, Dave, I don't want you to even just tell me from your mind. Tell me with the stats, because sometimes you might think from your mind that this person is a better tackler, but is a
I watch football regardless of what
bro,
the stats say. The stats don't
My bro.
No, I'm not discounting. Let me
Regardless
finish.
of
You
what
let me
the
finish.
stats
This
say,
the stats don't have context, right? So
They can
I
have
will watch
context, but
football
you
and I will
want to
provide the
marginalize it.
context to the stats. If you have the stats, say them and I will give you the context to it. Do you know what I mean? So in terms of tackling, I already said Casemiro. I picked
Interceptions.
Casemiro over Partey in terms of
Interceptions.
tackling. In terms of interceptions,
Yeah.
I would pick Partey because I've seen how Partey does intercepting in our team.
But then I'm telling you
Right.
now, the stats have given us that
Because-
Casemiro has more interceptions than Partey.
Well,
This season.
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
The next question I'll then ask
No,
is how
because
far
David,
back
you
are
s-
those stats?
This season,
David.
looking at this season.
David, you
And
said
Partey has
position
played
is
more
where
games.
supposed to be
And
attacking.
Partey has played more games. And
You
yet
said
Casemiro has more
Partey's position used
interceptions.
to be the destroyer. So
Yeah,
what's the song?
and by what
No,
we are
I
saying,
didn't
by
say-
these two
I
things
never
we are saying,
mentioned the word
Casemiro
destroyer.
has destroyed. Okay,
And I
well,
never mentioned that Partey
No,
doesn't.
no.
His role is not to attack. I didn't say those things. I
But
said
you
Partey's
made it seem
role
like it's primary.
in Arsenal. I didn't make it seem. You interpreted it how you wanted to interpret
oh yeah,
it.
now you tell us.
What
how
I
it
said is
Oh, yeah, tell me.
Partey's role in Arsenal's team is primarily to help the build up from the back. That is the primary thing that Partey is there for. Do you know what I mean? If you notice how Partey
So
plays, immediately the Partey is in space. He doesn't drive. He lays the ball. He plays vertical passes into the attack straight. So you don't start judging things like that.
Responsibility in Arsenal.
It's a collective team effort. Another thing is
who
we
is
even
no-
always have the ball. We have the ball
Of course, even if it's a collective effort,
even if you have 90%
has to
of
be
possession,
somebody
there is
now.
one player in the
Somebody has to
midfield
be
that there's more
primary
onus
in
on
that.
to win the ball back.
Exactly.
City have most of the
Yeah.
ball.
Yes, it's
Rodri.
Partey. Of course, Partey is the one that's his role in our team.
Exactly, and that's the role for Casemiro
To
in
do
our own
that.
team too. And
But that doesn't
more than Partey.
mean. Yeah, I literally gave him that. I don't give him. He's a better defender, or let me say, he's a better defender than Partey. Does that work for you?
Okay, so then how is Partey now better? I love what you just said now. You've broken it down because he's a defensive midfielder. And if I am better defensively
The role
than
of
you,
defensive
what
midfield
makes
is
you
not
now
it's not
better
only
than
to
me?
it's
I
not
know
only
it's
to
not
be
only
the
to defend.
destroyer.
Yeah, I know. You can
In terms of
chances
build up,
too.
in terms of passing, in terms of press resistance, in terms of dribbling,
But all these things,
as a
Partey-
midfielder, Partey can play 8. Partey can play 10. Can Casemiro play 10?
Partey can play 10.
But
He
Partey
can
can-
play
Partey
10.
can-
We're talking about.
We're talking about what? We're talking about we're talking about the
what
better
specific
footballer.
thing
Don't
of
forget what I said at the
Casemiro?
beginning of the argument. Who is the better footballer, Partey or Casemiro? 2 pods
where's
ago
Partey?
or 2 pod episodes
You say
ago,
Partey can-
this argument also started off. What did I mention in that pod? Partey is a better football player than Casemiro. I'm not even arguing about defend as a defense midfield. Your primary job is to defend. So just like that, Casemiro, because Casemiro can do that better than Partey. He's better than Partey. No way. When it comes to press resistance, Partey is very hard to press because he can also dribble. He takes players on, right? When talking about vertical passes
Calm
into the
down, calm
final
down. You said
third,
press resistance, Abi.
Partey-
I want to attack all your points.
Partey
All
can do-
your points with stats. Me, I'm not
No,
doing
let me
this one that you're
finish.
doing with stats. Okay.
if you want to bring stats, don't bring stats of this season, no, because
Why?
Partey's role
Why?
and Casemiro's this is slightly different.
What makes it different? Please tell me. What's different in their roles?
Okay,
What's
let me
different in their
explain.
roles?
The
So
way-
wait,
what's different in their
I want to
roles
ask you a
is-
question. Wait,
Let me finish. Let me finish.
I
The
want
way
to
we
rephrase
build
my
up.
question. I want to
No.
rephrase my question. How can't I rephrase my question? What do you mean no?
Yeah, rephrase your question now. Calm down. You know they come. You just want
No, the thing just
argue
buzzed
with
my head.
IGT. No one bring us
I'm
points.
loving
I don't need to
this.
rephrase my question.
As my club,
Yeah,
don't do,
yeah.
I just
So-
enjoy this one.
Are you saying like I'm asking now is the question? Are you saying build to tie Partey's role in Arsenal? He has more of an attacking impetus than Casemiro does in Manchester United.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so does he have more of a defensive impetus than Casemiro?
That's not what I'm saying.
I am asking, answer yes or no. Is it that one?
And I
of the
said
two?
that's not what I'm saying.
It can't be no for both, though. You know that, right?
He's a better footballer than Casemiro. Simple
Oh
and
my
short.
God, you keep saying all these
So
things. I am asking.
it's not about attacking impetus or what. That one is you're just trying to use words to
David,
further your
I have a
agenda.
question.
What are you using
Put
for
this
your own
boy
agenda?
on
She na
board.
kung fu? Na kung
He's
fu?
a
No
better
be what you
footballer.
dey use.
I mentioned like
Use
3 or
words.
4 different attributes that is
Caesar.
better than Casemiro has, and you couldn't dispute it. You keep going back.
I want to dispute it. I want to dispute it right now. You're telling me I can't dispute it with stats. Why?
You have to
Why?
provide context to the stats. Yeah, I know what you want to do. Why you want to bring stats of Casemiro has 2 or 3 assists this season?
No, not even
Or
that. He has
Casemiro
6, but that's not even the
no
point.
goals.
He has 6, but that's not even the point.
So
Partey, you said Partey is
the
press
way-
resistant, and he is
let me
press
finish
resistant. But he has lost the ball more times than Casemiro this season. He has lost. He has
Lost
been
the ball
dispossessed.
how?
He has been
Lost the ball in
dispossessed.
terms
He has
of-
been dispossessed
in
more
terms of-
times. Dispossessed, taking the ball
What
from
do
his
you mean?
leg.
What do you mean?
Dispossessed? I'm telling you, start from Premier League app. You're telling me what do I mean dispossessed?
He dispossessed. What's the context of your dispossession?
Oh my
because
God.
if in terms of passing,
what-
of misplacing passes, that's
Not
another
misplacing
dimension.
passes, collecting the ball from his leg. That's dispossessed. Misplacing
That's
passes too
possession.
is what?
There's no other meaning. Misplacing passes will be under
Pass accuracy.
That would
Pass
be under
completion.
accuracy.
That would be pass
So
completion.
Dispossession.
Dispossession is
Yeah,
collecting
pass
ball from your
completion.
leg, and that is what you mean by press resistance. When you can't collect ball from the person's leg. Stop that. Stop that. Don't do that.
The
Don't do
context to
that.
that is that
Context now, you're
Partey
changing
even
mouths.
attempts more dribbles than. But the fact that who is the most dispossessed attacker in the league? You see people like Saka, people like Zaha, people that try to take players
Nah,
on,
you're
are the ones that are the most dispossessed.
Yeah,
So
that's
that's the
the
context to that start. You can't say that Casemiro, because he's less, he hasn't been dispossessed as much as Partey. Is more press resistant than Partey. Bro, we watch football.
Because
Provide text to
Partey
your
takes
stars.
players on more. Is that what you're saying?
There's a higher propensity for Partey to take players.
If I
on
now
in
show
the
you
game
a
than
stat now
Casemiro
that shows
ever
that
will.
Casemiro has
That's why-
taken, but if I
that's
show
the
you a
context
stat,
to that
we go
particular
calm
stat.
down. If I now show you a stat now that says Casemiro has done more take-ons than Partey, what will you say?
I would say you have to provide context to it. That's what I would
What
say.
context I won't provide again?
So-
This is the context to the original stat I first gave you, which was that it was dispossessed. You said that's because Partey is taking on more
Your
players. Now that I'm
your
telling you that
stat is
Casemiro has
across-
taken
it
on
can-
more
it's
players than
across
Partey.
how many seasons?
So
No,
we
you
can't
can't-
use
you can't
this
start
season
from
to
this
judge. Do you
season.
know what? Who has
Of
been better
course
this
not.
season? Who has been better this season?
Partey has been better this season. Simple
And now you are
and
still-
short. Like he's the best defensive
Arguing
midfielder
with
in
you
the
is
league.
pointless.
According
Arguing
to
with you is pointless. Don't worry.
everybody. You're the only one that is coming here because you're a United fan that is not willing to look at it objectively.
Oh yeah, now.
You're not willing to look at it objectively.
I don't hear you.
Partey is the best defensive mid in the league this freaking season, 2022-2023. So even if you want to have a point, go and even start bringing stats from when they were in Madrid together. That's when you can start saying, okay, let's even look at it because this. But if it is this season, the best 6 in the league is Partey. Because simple and short, he does everything better than as a combination of attributes. Partey is the single best defensive mid. Partey plays lone 6 for Arsenal. He's the player that if he gets injured in Arsenal system, we are done for because it's not even this one it has been proven. Partey's first season, he got injured in the run into the end of the season. We lost the Europa League game with blah blah blah. Last season, he immediately got injured. We just started losing back to back. So it's so important to the way we build up that when he's not there, we don't build up the same way as he's there. Even defensively against United. What's his name? Lokonga. It was too obvious that this guy is not the same level as Partey because Partey just does everything better than him. Do you get what I mean? So all these stats that I just want to be bringing from this season alone is very painful. And you probably have stats about Casemiro contributing to Man United's attacking output this season. That's because you guys you literally launch the ball from, you play route 1 football mostly, right? Partey, what's his name? Rashford, Martial, Anthony, those guys, you guys build up from the back and have defenses don't sit back against you where you have to be intricate you have to play intricate football. Casemiro can easily launch the ball from his half and get an assist. It is easy for Casemiro to have an assist, mind you, because of the way you play, than it is for Partey. Because defenses don't sit back against you. There's spacing behind for your attackers to run into. And which decent footballer can launch passes from his defensive third to the final third of the half of the game, of the pitch, what am I saying? So I don't know. They've gone silent.
All right. I mean, honestly, I don't have anything to say to you. I won't lie to you.
No.
Very honest.
To be fair,
I don't
You don't have anything to say because
Oh my God.
I don't
I've
really
broken it down
like.
for you
I don't-
in
I
such
don't-
a
I
way
don't
that
really
you
like-
cannot rebut her.
I don't really like the way this argument has gone, to be fair, because David keeps using this phrase "complete footballer," like easy on the eye
He
kind
keeps
of
marginalizing
vibes.
the argument to just suit him. You feel me? He just
No,
if
no,
I try and bring it to the product
I want you to,
single
because you
it
guys asked me those questions and I tried to answer. So I would ask you the same questions back. So it won't seem
I'm
like
done with this
trying
argument
to
though. Partey is the better
marginalize
footballer.
the argument.
If that's what you feel, I'm cool with that.
You're done with the argument. That's a very lazy way to argue. Why would you say I'm done with the argument? For what? Put down your points in a coherent manner, just like I've done in the past 5 minutes. What makes Casemiro a better footballer than Partey? You have the floor.
I am done
Yeah,
with this
Partey.
argument.
Oh, but wait till the
Yeah,
next
thank you
step.
very much. Thank you for proving Partey as the best defensive mid in the Premier League. We at Arsenal Football Club appreciate you.
Caesar, baby.
All right, so we've come to the end of the pod. Dave has let me just say, has won. Me, I've locked up, I've resigned, I've accepted defeat. Let's just hope he wins in the weekend. you
Maybe
know.
that is because you're actually
Do you know
We're
what?
defeated.
All right, let Partey show that same thing at the Emirates. I don't want you to lose and start coming and telling me, no excuse. I don't want to hear it was offside. I don't want to hear it was that. I don't want to hear nothing. When we win,
Man,
come
you
back
winning
here
the
and-
game, which I
Alright.
strongly believe you
Alright.
won't, doesn't mean Casemiro is a better player than Partey. But moving on.
Oh, yeah, now. Anyway, thank you guys for rocking with us on this tumultuous episode of the Cross and Nod podcast. You know, it was fun. I'm not going to lie, it was fun. You know, at the end of the day, Manchester United did beat Man City, so I'm in a celebratory mood. I just allow this guy to spoil my mood, but I'm in a celebratory mood still. You know, I'm in a celebratory mood still. Madrid were battered. Arsenal did win. That's why Dave's dick is hard and he's just coming at me anyhow. But anyways, thank you guys for rocking with us. Remember to follow us on all socials at CrossAndNod on
FT.
on
CrossAndNod FT on Twitter. CrossAndNod on Instagram.
just CrossAndNod. So yeah, man, that's it from the crew. See you guys.
If you want to
next
link to the
week.
pod,
Why this guy go the head pod, man?
you're mad.
We won the derby, bro. We beat the best team in the land. 20 times champions. Let's go. Give it for the best team in the world.
David.
Bubsy
Calm down.
babes.
For next week.
Don't worry.
ETH is cooking.
We'll put it to bed.
Walter
in
White
the
with the
Emirates
cook-up.
next week.
Casemiro is balling. Rashford 9 games in a row.
I can't wait for Saka and Martinelli to put this to bed next week. Come on, Arsenal.